What used to be a normal behavior but is considered extremely sexual now? Calling people naughty. I don't know it has sexual note now. I just call misbehaving children tiny vaginas now. Found Billy Butcher's burner. Getting on both of your knees. There was a great picture going around the internet a while back of a church marquee that said something like, "The best way to show your love to Jesus is on your knees." Some emojis of fruits and vegetables. Ah yes, that famous vegetable. Water. Water is my favorite vegetable. Wearing a maid uniform. Or a nurse uniform with fake glasses. Or a schoolgirl uniform. I attended Catholic school with my sister and her friends. It was weird when I found that was a thing. The moment housemaids became not the norm, that became sexual emo. Housemaids are still a thing. Except they don't wear the outfit. Except they don't wear the outfit. That costs extra. Edit. Thanks for the awards. I'm wondering what things used to be sexual and are now normal. Showing ankles. Scandalous. Ew. Doctors and nurses role play. Lost its appeal around March. Nurse here. I don't even want to play a nurse at this point. I would F the crap out of someone if they told me I didn't have to be a nurse anymore. You don't have to be a nurse anymore. Edit. Going to need you to get COVID tested though. There was a pretty funny article when a kink shop donated all their surgery clothes to a hospital in April. Bare legs. Women wore stockings to cover their legs because bare legs were immodest. Now stockings are a sexualized item of clothing and no one bats an eyelid at bare legs. Excuse me, but I bat so much eyelid at bare legs. Trousers on women. Pretty much anything involving a female showing limbs. At first it was ankles, then calves, and now we've got thighs being shown off if we want to talk about below the belt. I assume the process was similar for arms also. There is a line in one of the C.S. Lewis Narnia books where an evil witch winds up in London and an Englishwoman berates her as a strumpet for her lack of sleeves. Wearing a giant codpiece out in public. I'm imagining a fish costume. Am I close? Do you want the real answer? Yes. Codpieces were a type of medieval Renaissance garment. It is essentially something you wore to make your dick look bigger. Yes, men wore them in public with no issue. Also to avoid fabric rubbing on your web link. That is not a link I'm going to click. Don't listen to these liars. It really is a large fish pistol. Fish Pistol new band name. I call dibs. According to my grandma, sticking your hands in your pockets. If that's sexual, then call me P-star because my military trousers have 9 pockets. But you're not allowed to put your hands in any of them. Is it your birthday tomorrow, private? No? Then, why are you pre-warming the candle? Seems to be universal army thing. Back in Soviet army they would fill your pockets with sand and make you stitch them shut if they caught you with hands in the pockets. Government issued pocket sand. Shasha. My dad told me that when we kids were small, we were playing at a park. My dad went to use the restroom and there was a little boy inside who had an accident and the mom was outside the bathroom not sure how to help. There was no dad there. My dad offered to help get her son cleaned up and she was grateful. This was in the 80s. These days that mom would have gone in the bathroom herself before some strange man came along. I mean, she should have went into the bathroom herself, no? Does it really matter that much if she walks into the men's bathroom for a few minutes to clean up her kid? No, that's alright. And as a dad I walked into women's toilets when my girl needed me. Yeah, my dad did the same for me. He wouldn't let me use the bathroom at public places by myself until I was older. Mum reinforced it too. I'm not sure why she wouldn't just take him in the women's room. If he's young enough to still be having accidents, it's not like he'd even remember going in, let alone think anything of it. Plus, it's not like him remembering going in would matter either. It's a bathroom. People keep asking if it's hard or soft. I don't know if this is sexual, but is it sturdy or flimsy? And always avoid describing something as moist, unless it is. Is your bread moist? What the F are you doing with your bread? Using the word daddy. Urban Dictionary had a funny example of this. Someone's young daughter in 2030, daddy? Man, do not call me that. I am father to you. Always makes me chuckle. As a father, this one bothers me the most. I remember getting an email from a local spa advertising a teen facial treatment. I laughed and showed my wife. She didn't get it. She didn't get it. The joke or the treatment? Before modern housing, you'd sometimes have men sleeping with each other just because there weren't enough beds to go around. I think Lincoln did this once that we know of, as well as Richard the Lionheart. Many families used to sleep together in the same room/bed in a lot of cultures because the concept of large modern houses did not exist. Yeah, because you'd have 12 people living in a 3-bedroom house. I mean, I've shared beds with homies at hotels before. Yay, it's just economical. The bed's big enough for us not to touch, and honestly, even if there was cuddling, there's nothing wrong with cuddling with your homies. Honestly, yeah, it's no big deal. Even sharing beds with women, as a heterosexual, isn't crazy. Just like, you sleep, nothing else. I've realized I was in a bit too cozy position with people before, and just turned over, because it wasn't anything more than that. I can't believe I had to scroll so far for this. Whole families would sleep in one bed, travelers in inns would share beds, and Richard the Lionheart shared a bed with Philip II of France, not out of necessity, but because they were good friends, and it wasn't considered sexual. And in modern times, there's the example of Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Charlie and Frank. Want to play Nightcrawlers? It's not what it sounds like. What it sounds like is that you two crawl around like worms at night. That's what it sounds like. Darkness falls and magic stirs. As we become the creatures of the night. One of the subplots of Moby Dick revolves around the narrator sleeping in a bed with a stranger, later turned friend. Using the word pussy, when it was referring to a pussycat back then. There's an old British sitcom set in a department store called Are You Being Served? In which the head of the ladies' department, Mrs. Slocum, regularly has conversations about her cat Tittles, which she always refers to as my pussy. I've never seen a full episode, but there was a countdown of greatest British comedy moments a few years back in which the following line of hers was featured: having a bath at 6 o'clock in the morning played havoc with my pussy. Mr. Humphreys, leave my pussy alone. Ha ha. Famous dialogue in that show when they all had to sleep in the store one night due to weather or such. And everyone wakes up wide-eyed hearing that. Though we all knew that if there was one thing Mr. Humphreys wasn't interested in, it was some crabby old lady's pussy. R/girls with huge pussies is right up your alley, chum. Reddit link. A cream pie used to be a tasty dessert. Still is if you're confident enough. I literally just watched that episode on It's Always Sunny. So funny how Mac and Dennis are into the sexual one and Charlie and Frank think it's the dessert one, lol. What kind of cream pie are you talking about? It still is. The recipe is a bit different though. Now a Boston cream pie, that's a whole different bag of marbles. Mark Wahlberg cracks knuckles. But I'm not Asian. Having a stepsister. After my aunt married my now uncle, their single parents fell in love and got married. So they ended up becoming step-siblings. What are you doing, stepbrother? Our taxes, Gertrude. I'm doing our effing taxes. The parents changed nothing. Step siblings get effed by IRS. That happened to my dad's parents as well. We like to joke about him being inbred. At least I think it's a joke. Do you want to see my extra toe? I wonder how many people have actually effed their stepsister because of porn. More than one, I'd imagine. I wonder how many step-siblings have estranged each other out of fear of being accused of effing. We need to plan and execute steps to prevent this from happening in order to save humanity from eternal doom. Edit. Going to start watching Star Wars so I don't miss such references ever again. Order 66. I have a step-brother, but he isn't sexual. I got my sleeve stuck in the washing machine, and he just cut off my sleeve. Nothing sexual or anything, just cuts my sleeve free and walks away to go clean up around the house. What are you doing, stepbrother? I like this shirt. Let in what universe can someone actually get a sleeve stuck there? What did you even get caught on? I never understood how someone can get stuck in the laundry machines. You need a step-sibling to understand. Thank you for watching. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube. And share them with your friends. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. We welcome your comments below. Another of our videos will begin shortly.